Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Procurator map, and we've got Doomy from Fiddy Clan. This is the first time he's been on this channel. He's in the STB-1 Tier 10 Japanese medium tank, and it's a pretty good tank for sniping and playing on ridge lines. So we'll see how he can use this tank on this map, given it's fairly open, but as you can see there's plenty of sort of basic ridges here, so what can you do with it? Yeah, he's already given a few admonishments to the team to don't camp, so surprised he's got time to type. Anyway, consider this the skill for LTU bush, so he's made it quite popular, but you can see he's aiming at the C1 area, which is pretty common for TDs to sit at, or even medium tanks, so let's see if he's going to put some blind shots in there. But you can see it's right on the edge of his view range, so he's not going to be spotting them. And so, well, there's actually no light tanks in the game, so that's a bit of a bonus there. Now E5 just tried to crest, but Doomy wasn't spotted, so the bush is holding up so far. But let's see what happens when he fires. Obviously that Kranwagen was spotted, so the Artie was aiming there. But no sign of anyone there. So anyway, he fires towards that aim spot, but so far not been spotted. So it probably means no one's that close to spot him, as well as being in the bush. But you can see he's not double bush, so it's not complete protection. It's useful to camouflage, but it won't prevent him from being spotted when he fires. Anyway, he's not getting any joy out of that position in terms of damage, so coming over to the other side to look for targets on the hill. Fires a shot into the buildings to try and get some ammo out of the way, and now there's a Kranwagen there. You might just get some side shots in, but he was spotted there, probably the Kranwagen in the middle doing that. And he's obviously got a few tanks in the way, but the Kranwagen on the hill, the enemy one, potentially showing its side, so firing in that direction, but so far it looks like the Kranwagen is basically in the little hollow at the base of the hill. In any case, he's still keeping his eye on that C1 bush, putting in some blind shots there, quite a few in fact, so we'll see how that influences his game. Alright, now he's got the Kranwagen facing towards, puts a shot in and actually gets some damage in. So that's the first official damage that he's showing, but could have got some of those blinds in, so we'll see what happens. In any case, Doomy is not the sort of person to sit around and snipe from one position, so he's going to have a quick look over the railway lines here. This is an encounter battle, of course, I didn't mention it, but so you've got a single cap with a pretty long cap time. Now he's not here to cap, he's here to spot and shoot. So it's just searching to see whether that 121 has popped up. It was lit. The hill has been taken over, by the way, and they have managed to get rid of one of those crannies, as well as the Object 140. Now he's found the 121, fires another lovely shot on the move there, so good shooting accuracy. The 121 is still occupied, puts another shot in as he's going. The 121 is forced to duck down into the river, and he's facing a Kranwagen, so I don't think he's going to last all that long. Doomy coming up here, he's managed to get some spotting damage on the Gorilla 15. And now he's going to see if he can get some further shots into them. And a leopard, and he's okay there. The Gorilla 15's been completely taken out, so that's given him a handy 1300 spotting damage. It's actually more than he's showing in terms of his actual damage. Now, here you can use the strengths of the STB-1. It's got sort of this hydraulic suspension, which you can use similar to the way that the STBs work, but obviously you've got to be in the right position and stationary to use it. Anyways, found a nice compliant T110 E5 is letting him shoot at him, but it looks like he was focused on the rhinoceros. But he's now still facing the other way, so it's doing his third shot he's put into the T110, I think. Now he's got a T57 heavy facing him. One good thing about the STB-1, the turret, as it's showing, is actually pretty bouncy, and you can see he's already bounced a few shots. E5 goes down, and that T57 heavy, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, just sitting there. If he's on reload, in fact he's not even paying attention, so good question, what is that player doing? And in fact, is it a player? Oh, it's finally working up to point. To me so far, it's only taken 1 hit of damage, so he's picked up some nice assisting. Okay, the 57 is tracked, so he may have been tracked all that time, so apologies if he's a real human player, not some bot program. But he's about to exit the game. And he's definitely not dealing well with the STB-1. I mean, it's just not really focusing on him. Alright, so it looks like they've eliminated all but the E4 that's in the corner here. And there's an E100 slowly climbing over. E4's not even looking at him while he is now, but Doomy can come in and get some nice side shots in the E4 while he's preoccupied. E4 looks around at him, but he knows the E4 can only turn its turret 90 degrees on each side, so... Oh, sorry, a bit of lag there. So he should be able to finish off the E4 now, which he does. So that brings Doomy up to a handy 4,500 damage. His team got a slight advantage though, only a very small advantage in hit points, but they've got 2 extra guns in the game. So Doomy doesn't quite want to risk moving across the field at this point. There's a Kronwagen in the middle who potentially spot him, although he's right on the edge of view range, so that's good tactics to keep him at this pseudo arm's length. Doomy just getting some instructions out to the rest of the team, including the bat chat, saying, well, you're a medium tank, you can spot. Well, yeah, okay, Doomy, so use. Let's see how that works out. Anyway, okay, now FE's been spotted, so Doomy straight away snaps into action and gets a shot in, but the FE gets taken out in one shot almost by the E4. There's another E4 there. So Doomy's got a choice to make here. Does he cross the field and try and get more damage? So there's basically 2 E4s down there. A Leopard 1 who'd be doing some good spotting. An AMX M4 54 heavy tank. In fact, there's the AMX been spotted now. Leopard 1's been spotted. Doomy's been spotted. He's crossing here, but they're all distracted. So Doomy's puts another snapshot on the move to the Leopard 1. That's just really excellent shooting there. And good reactions. And who does he try to take out? The Leopard, of course, most dangerous there. He can put a shot into the T92, which he does, but doesn't take him down. And who's he got facing him? He's got an E4. So before he gets rid of the T92, he goes to the E4, but the E4 turns around and puts a massive shot into Doomy, but he can take at least one more of those. So line up the E4, but no, he doesn't need to, he's taking him down. It's all happening really quickly. And in fact, the other E4 goes down, and that is the end of the game. Doomy with a rapid fire 6K. I made a bit of a mistake at the start there. It's not Doomy's first time on the channel. He'll be able to find his battles on this channel just using the search function. Anyway, 6.4k of damage. Yeah, that's pretty good, but it does mean no blind shots were effective. Got 3 kills as well, and nearly 5.6 of assisted damage. So it's just shy of 12k of combined damage, which is pretty awesome. He'd be on his way to a first mark, I would say, on this tank. But he did earn the high caliber award for doing the most damage, and a Confederate award for damaging a lot of tanks that were then killed by his team, as you can see, and of course the Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. So base experience 1471, that's a pretty good level for tier 10, and that would have been greatly helped by the assisted damage there. And what do we get? The next best damage in his team was an E4, and another E4 came up just under 3.5k each, or around 3.5k. But good spread of damage across most of the tanks there, and the 100 also doing nearly 3k. And on the enemy team, some pretty low damage totals there. One of the E4s doing 3.5k, and the AMX M4 doing 3.2, a couple of 3ks there. So yeah, but just not quite as helpful as the other team. T57 there, right down the bottom, getting 1 hit in. That was pretty shocking there. Anyway, Doomy's match Doomy needs the credit for this. So 535 shots in all. That's a pretty high level. 24 hit, while counting all those blind shots, that's not surprising. 20 penetrations out of his hits. Gave him his damage total. He did block 1220, so that's using his turret armor, but he did get a couple of other hits at the end when he was charging across. Used a mix of ammo there, so ended up spending only 74k in ammo and using non-premium consumables. He still made a profit of 19k, which is always useful at tier 10. Anyway, thanks Doomy for the content. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider doing that. I'll have more good content to follow, and thanks for watching.